Welcome to Naturally High. We left off with my removing the twists from my hair very gently with coconut oil and conditioner. If you haven't seen that video, please click the link on your screen. I undid my twists section by section and twisted up each small chunk. This is how I'm going to be continuing with the detangling process. Having my hair in workable sections will make this a lot easier. Warning! Please do not attempt to handle your hair if you're experiencing any of the following feelings. Instead, only handle your naturally kinky 4A, 4B, 4C hair if you feel like this.
Yes, I'm ready to do my hair now.
The following are a few items you should use for this procedure. The first item is a pair of harmless hands. Please keep your fingernails filed to ensure that they're friendly. Using a comb is optional and depends on your long-term and short-term hair goals. You'll also need a cheap conditioner with lots of slip. For detangling via this method, I'd recommend this conditioner from Suave Professionals or Tresemme Naturals. That said, any cheap and slippery conditioner will do. And of course you can't forget the coconut oil. I like this one because it's odourless. As I said in part 1, it's a lot easier to apply it when it's solid. And last but not least, you'll certainly need some scissors to sort out those single strand knots and split ends. Assuming you started with twists, after part 1 your hair should look something like this. If you're starting with loose hair, you'll still need to organise your hair into twists like these after having coated it with coconut oil and conditioner. Please refer to part 1. Spraying some water onto your conditioner will revive it. That's what I'm doing here. Then I unravel the twist gently with my fingers. When the twist is unravelled, I begin finger detangling. Now this is interesting. I've recently begun detangling from the roots first. Yes, you heard correctly. I now detangle my hair from the roots first. It actually results in far fewer knots. Try it out yourself. Separate your strands, starting at the roots and working your way downwards, but do not try to detangle all the way down the total length of your hair this way. Since my hair had already been thoroughly coated in coconut oil and conditioner, you won't see me adding any for this process. However, you may feel the need to add some more. Feel free to do so. The result will be the accumulation of shed hairs and a few knots halfway down your hair. Now you just have to work that all the way down to the ends and you're done. Try it. I'm sure you'll notice that your roots will be a lot more detangled. And this is how I deal with knots. I pull the individual strands away from the centre of the knot until it disappears. Provided your strands are lubricated enough, they should glide past each other with ease. Once you've got as many hairs out as possible, you can use your scissors to snip off the single strand or double strand knot. Just to reiterate, I find detangling from the roots first to be the most effective and efficient way of detangling my 4B, 4C kinky afro hair. When I'm satisfied with how finger detangled my hair is, I take my shower comb to continue the process. As I mentioned earlier, don't use a comb until you've assessed the impact it will have on your length retention. The technique I'm showing you is the same as for your fingers. Start gently at your roots and work your way downwards towards the end, stopping when you're midway down the hair shaft. When the top section is clear, begin working just under the section that you've just finished. So just under the accumulation of shed hairs and the area where all the hair is sort of bunched up in the middle. Do not rip your hair. Feel your hair. If there's a lot of resistance, stop and use your fingers. When the majority of the length of your hair is clear, You can then begin starting from the very ends to pull down the remaining tangles and shed hairs. It should be quite easy at this point. And I can't state this too many times, if you feel resistance, just use your fingers. Look, I'm doing it. I got a lot of comments in another detangling video about whether my hair was fully detangled. Now that I use a comb, my hair does get completely detangled. Of course, this isn't always a requirement, and it always depends on your goals. If you like to straighten your hair, like I do, then it'll need to be more detangled than if you wear it in twists all the time. So the technique was as follows. Gather the hair downwards and then pick from the bottom of the gathered hair towards the ends. The real test to see how detangled my hair is occurs now. Just before I plait it, I have to pull my fingers down from the roots all the way to the ends. As you can see, my hair's pretty well detangled, and this is as detangled as it gets. Any further detangling would probably cause damage, and that's not what we're after. Then I simply twist it in preparation for washing. Now for a quick recap. Work your way from your roots to about midway down the length of your hair, just with your fingers. Work your way down from just under that section towards the end. Work your way down to the ends from the roots of your hair using a comb, and stop whenever you feel resistance and before reaching midway down the length of the hair. Resume from just under that section, stopping if you feel any resistance at all. Don't comb all the way down to the ends. Instead, comb up until the ends, and then comb from the bottom and work your way up, just like that Drake song. She's combing towards the end, making her way almost all the way through. Can she do it? Can she get the comb all the way through? She's pulling. And yes! Yes, she's done it! She's got it all the way through! When you're finished, until you're ready, just plait these sections and put them away. Done. Wait, what's that? Ugh! I hate it when this happens. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Click the links on the screen for previous videos, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook to keep abreast of all things Naturally High. Naturally High for tips on growing your coily afro hair to the longest lengths possible.